Wow. Am I recording? Damn, Lyssa. Back at it again. We're taking a long time to post a video. I know. Hey guys, so I know it's been a... Yes? Stuttered. It's okay. So let's say that this is the part where I apologize for not posting a video in a very long while and act like I have an excuse for it. We all know that I don't. This video is going to be a story time. We're just gonna jump right into it because I don't really know where I'm going with all this speaking that I usually do. If you guys saw my last story time, it was titled Psycho Boy. And a lot of people have been asking me, oh my god, is that fake? Was that a real story? Like, yes, it was real. It's all real. None of that was fake. So the Psycho Boy has tried to make a comeback in my life, and I was kind of just like, what? I'll read it to you straight up.
January 27th, wow. January 7th, 4:15 a.m. What? So, was I awake? No wonder I didn't reply to him. It was 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. He said, hey, right? I didn't respond. I probably saw it, so I didn't respond. February 26th at 10:28 a.m. He said, hey, and I was like, lol, skirt. Just kidding. I was like, lol, no. And he said, huh? With like 2 question marks and some face. I didn't respond. At 6:50, he was like, oh, what are you doing?
And so I'm mad. I'm just mad that he's trying to like text me and be like, what's up? Like, I know you saw the video that I made about you. Like, what? Huh? What? I don't understand why you're trying to...
So I told him, dude, what do you want? You know, I don't want to mess... Oh. I can't read. Dude, what do you want? You know, I don't mess with you no more. And he said, I mean, I just wanted to hit you up. And I told him, well, don't. He's like, why not? OMG. I said, dude, I don't want to talk to you ever again. Why is that so hard for you to get through your head? Understand it and respect it. And he said, oh.
And so that's his little trying to make a comeback. And I was kind of just like, what are you doing? Don't do that ever again. So moving on from that, moving on from Psycho Boy, we're gonna move on to Creepy Boy, because apparently, you know, this guy, he wasn't psycho, but he was creepy, you know? He wasn't psycho, not yet, but he was like, he was creepy. One night my best friend Cassandra texted me and she was like, hey, tomorrow morning I really need to tell you something. She's like, it's important. And I was like, okay. So I'm kind of like, what's going on? Did you have babies? Are you pregnant? In the morning, she pulls me aside from everybody else and she's kind of like, hey, I'm getting these really weird Snapchats and I don't know who it's from. This Snapchat added me and I don't know, they're just messaging me. So I was like, okay, well, like, what are they saying? And she said that this guy, she was a guy that was messaging her through Snapchat and saying stuff like, oh, you're really pretty and this and that. And she was like, oh, you know, thank you, whatever. She had asked him like, you know, who is this? And he had said, that's not important. He had told her, it's not important, you don't need to know who I am, whatever. And so she's kind of like, I want to know who this is, who's like telling me these things. And one day she had got home from school and he had Snapchatted her and was like, hey, you know, you looked really pretty today at school and oh my, you know, this and that, I'm so in love with you. And she was like, you know, how did you get my Snapchat? And he said, I don't know, I guess I'm just crazy for you, so I really love you. And yeah, oh my god, he's really creepy. And what creeped her out was that this person was walking around school, they were seeing her, but she wasn't seeing them. She had no eyes, she could not see them. What is all this? Is this Musical.ly? Oh my god. She was scared to walk to her next class because she was like, I don't know who this kid is, but he see me, I don't see him. Oh my god, it's a ghost. Like, I was like, aw, poor you. This is me stroking her hair. So eventually she gives me his Snapchat and I'm like, okay. I write down in my hand and I'm like, I'm gonna get him, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna text him and tell him to leave you alone because I was mad. Like, what the heck? Why are you scaring my best friend? Stop. You know how on Snapchat when you add somebody, it has like their username and then like another name that they put for themselves? Like if you add me, it says fallen.rebel and then it says Lyssa G. Follow my Snapchat. Boop. I added this Snapchat and it said his name and then his username and then his nickname, right? And so I'm gonna we're gonna call him Churro because he was Mexican, right? Cassandra had texted me, her older brother had messaged him and said, you know, you need to leave my sister alone. this and that, and that Churro was telling her older brother, you know, I really love her and this and that and blah blah blah. And her brother got mad and was like, you don't know what you're talking about, you know, you're too young to know what love is and this and that and blah blah blah. He was telling Churro to leave Cassandra alone. Okay? So eventually she blocks him. When I'm like, well, I'm still gonna tell him something, like, but when I added him and I was gonna tell him something, and then my phone died. My phone is always dying. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait until I get home. I was on my phone and I see his, you know, the notification, whatever is typing. It said Churro is typing. So I'm like, what's going on? And so I open the Snapchat and it says hi with like 3 dots. And I'm like, no, not getting into that. So I keep going on with my life. And then he talks about something like, oh, why'd you leave me on open, dude? You know, so he was something about me leaving him on open. I have screenshot. I had said something and he said, don't, please, I really like you. Like, I'll give the whole world for you. And I was like, what the heck? At least buy me dinner first, right? I didn't know what the heck. And I said, LMAO, what the fudge? Boy, you can move along somewhere else. And then he responds with, wow, you think I'm playing with you? Well, I'm not. I'm seriously in love with you. Like, I would be in love with me too. I am in love with me, but I don't know who this kid is. I no clue. So I say, LOL, okay, well, go be in love with someone else. You played the same game with my best friend. And then he left me on red. He left me on open. And I was like, aw, what the heck? I was like, now that I called him out, like, he's not, aw. And so I said, aw, now you're gonna leave me on open? Left me on open again. We had an idea about who this kid could be just because of his Snapchat nickname, username thingy, right? So I thought, oh, well, what about Churro in our class? We had a Churro in our class. So we went a couple weeks thinking that it was him, right? Maybe about a week or 2. Thinking it's him, blah blah, and every time we would see him walking our way, we would freak out and we'd be like, oh my god, what's he doing? No. Well, you see, don't always jump to conclusions. Cassandra had said that she had an idea about where this Snapchat had come from. She said that she had gone on one of her friend's Snapchat and took a picture and was like, oh, add me, blah blah, and that's where he had came from. She goes to her friend and was like, hey, whose Snapchat is this? And she tells us, right? She was like, oh, his name is whatever. But she was like, I don't know who that is. And she was like, oh, he's this short kid. He wears a white sweater with black stripes. So we knew his name was Churro. He was a short Mexican dude. And he wore a white hoodie with black stripes on it, right? So this is what we knew. These were our cold hard facts. This is what we knew. I had never seen this kid in my life. I didn't know who he was. So I'm still like, well, great, we know his name, we know his this, but I don't, still searching, do not see him. So you guys have met Jasmine, you guys know Jasmine. I had told her, you know, look, these messages he told to me, Cassandra, look, Snapchat. I had showed her his Snapchat because he had posted something and she was like, oh, that's Miss blah blah's classroom. One of her friends had that same class at that same time. She was like, I'm gonna ask him and maybe he knows who he is. So I'm like, okay, great, we're gonna find out who this guy is. Cause I'm just like, this is weird. Like, we thought it was one kid, but it wasn't. And now I feel like I should apologize to that one kid. I'm sorry, I thought you were a creepy stalker guy. I'm really sorry. Eventually, I asked Jasmine, hey, did you ask whatever to see if they knew this guy? To see if they knew Churro? And she was like, oh yeah, he knows him and this and that. And I was, to this day, I still have not seen the freaking Churro walking around the school. I don't know who he is. The case is still open. If you know anything about this person, please contact me at 543210, okay? Because this is driving me insane. That's my story time. I feel like it was really short. I mean, this kid is on the road to psycho. He's Psycho Boy's cousin. I mean, what is going on? Okay, we're just gonna end this right here. This is now why I have an outro, because I never know what to do with my endings. I'm gonna...
You feel the vibes, baby. Do you feel the vibes?